Let's just make sure we're recording and that it's actually doing it. I guess it is.
Yeah, it is. It just came up on my screen telling me that you're live.
Good. We are live. Not literally live, but live and recording. Jordan, hello, my lovely. How are you?
Living the dream.
I loved that on that video the other day. I just thought you snuggled up in your little sleeping bag, living the dream. Absolutely, you are living the dream. You're living some people's dream. You're living some people's nightmare.
I don't know if I'm living my own dream right now. It's more of a nightmare than a dream.
Okay, right. Well, let's catch up. I've actually been a little bit organised today. Made a little list of things that that we can crack on rather than being a bit free rein, which is how I normally operate. Let's talk about last week, conditions. Let's hear your interpretation of what the conditions are currently like where you are, which is top northeast of Scotland, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, northwest.
Northwest, sorry, northwest.
Yeah, top northwest. So we are just about 50, 60 kilometres short of the infamous Cape Wrath, the teeth and jaws of the Atlantic, as one fisherman called it last week, which I loved.
Yeah.
So making great progress through Scotland. We've made incredible progress, really. I've been really delighted with the progress we've made so far. But we've had to take a very sort of different approach to tactics because you don't get much light up here. The daytime seems a lot shorter. The wind changes a lot more. You have to be very adaptable to different conditions. Whereas, let's go back to the south coast or even the North Devon, you could paddle for 16, 18 hours a day some days. I was paddling. They are a long time ago now. Now it's like if you get 4 hours in, you've done well, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of.
Sorry, I was just going to say, what time does it get dark up there? Because here it's about 4 o'clock now, I think. So must be a bit earlier for you. Is it 3 o'clock or?
Yeah, about 3:20 to 4. We're going dark here, and then it's not even really light until sort of gone 9 o'clock in the morning. So it's, and then the paddle windows, they're very few and far between. I think I've got 2 windows in the next 6 days now, that I'm waiting for, where and that's not even for favourable conditions. That's just for conditions that you can try and paddle in. They're never favourable anymore. It's brutal. It's very challenging, and I think Scotland is probably the most consistently challenging. Whereas earlier on, going through sort of Ireland, Northern Ireland, Wales, you would always have challenging days, but in Scotland, every day is a challenging day.
Yeah.
That's just a reflection of where we are. We're deep into winter. We're at the north of Scotland. It's to be expected, really. I guess it's part of the challenge.
Yeah, and it's as you say, you are just finding those windows of opportunities. It's what you've got to do, isn't it? And talk to me about the other issue that you guide, not only you have got, but the team, I'm guessing. You are living on the boat all the time. That's due to COVID. Many ports are either full or not open, so you're literally dropping anchor, I guess, as close to the shore as possible. But seasickness, it's, people just think you get that, if you go across on a ferry and you're not used to it, but you're experiencing that a lot, aren't you, seasickness?
Oh yeah, pretty much every day I'm feeling seasick, and like last couple of days it was pretty horrific. It was, literally, it's tough as well because you need obviously food and fluids for energy, and to rehydrate and for nutrition and things. And if you're throwing everything that you've taken on up before you get on the board, you've really got no energy supplies or fuel while you're on the board, and then so I'm sick quite a lot, and I feel sick most of the time. I'm not designed for being a sailor or anything like that. That's for sure. So it's tough because being on the boat, you're obviously able to make great progress and cut across things like big bays that would be too dangerous to perhaps cut across on your own. But then at the same time, when you're on land, you go into nice warm beds and hot meals and showers and all those sort of things. So it's finding the balance, and I sort of try and focus on the positives and think that while I'm on the boat, I'm moving quicker and I can access paddle weather windows a lot quicker as well to get out to my RV sort of checkpoint where the pin last dropped. So you just got to stay positive. you know, it can be difficult in this part of the world at this time of year, especially when Christmas is coming as well. You know, I think sometimes with social media, it's good to it's good to be out of signal, because you see a lot of, you know, all the homes are being decorated now. People are getting ready for Christmas. It's warm, it's cozy. You know, I avoid Sundays because too many people post Sunday roasts.
Yeah. Oh God, mate, that's awful, isn't it? Yeah, those little things that would mean so much to you. I mean, you had that conversation way back with me on the South Coast about, you know, a Sunday roast. And that, yeah, you're going to be missing that big time. And you're in a part of the world which is so, there are just not many people there, and not many towns, not many places for you to drop anchor. I guess your next port of call, hopefully, will be John O'Groats, won't it? That's your next main
That's
destination.
the next one, yeah. That'll be the next place that we can really, I say we can stop. There is no place actually at John O'Groats for the boat to stop. So although me and Alfie, our filmmaker, will paddle ashore, so to speak, Alfie's going to get the spare paddleboard out and go and get his camera set up at John O'Groats when we get near there. But there's actually no place for the boat to stop at John O'Groats. So it's not even a sort of prominent sort of resting place where we can, you know, sort of chill out for a bit. I think the next place is south of John O'Groats. It's called Wick. That's the next sort of harbour where we will go into. Or maybe one just before it called Scrabster, but that's still about 100 kilometres from where I am. So still quite a bit away yet. And just the little things when you can get into a marina or not even a marina now, it's more like a pontoon, you know, it's a bit of wood that you can tie onto. And if you're lucky, it's got a plug that you can plug yourself into, which is great. But we're in Scotland in the winter. It is what it is, you know. I've been in worse situations.
Yeah, of course. And you still, Jordan, are getting some incredible support. I mean, guys, check out the photo behind. I bought this, and half this money goes to your charity and half to your mission, doesn't it? Your team and sort of food and fuel, basically. And I had a little Santa, Captain Alex, and his little helper come and drop it off in the week in the garden. That was really lovely. So thank you for
no, thank you for buying.
It's just beautiful photos. So if anybody wants to buy those, check the website out. Now, you've also had some more support from the Angels. I think they bought you some lovely toasty sleeping bags, did they? Did they provide that?
They absolutely did. Real life angels, those two ladies. Amazing girls, and do an incredible job of supporting me and many other causes that they do some great work for in Andover and Hampshire. They looked after. So there's only 3 of us on the boat now left. There's me, Alfie the filmmaker, and Max, who's the skipper. And they very kindly sent us some Arctic sleeping bags from RAB, which was amazing. And
awesome.
And it's such a you know, a morale booster to be. I wouldn't say warm, but warmer at night.
Yeah, you know, you just never know the thickness of that, how thick that sleeping bag needs to be. So who's doing the cooking out of you 3 boys, or are you taking it in turns? What's going on?
No, Max is a bit of a chef. Max, he likes his cooking. He's got his little recipes, and he's quite creative. So Max is the chef on the team.
Oh, that's wicked. And that leaves young Alfie to still be, you know, capturing those insane shots. I'm guessing while you're hanging over the side of the boat chucking up, he's hanging over the side of the boat taking the photo.
Literally, he never wants to check if I'm all right. He just wants to make sure he's got the right shot, which I absolutely respect as a filmmaker and photographer.
Yeah, good man.
You know, the brief to him from the start was, you know, we want it to be as authentic as possible. So capture the highs, lows, get your camera out, you know, even in the tough times, you know, and hopefully, you know, what we want to do is we're making Alfie and James, they're making a documentary, a short film to capture it and also share the lessons learned, and hopefully we can pick up some good life lessons about resilience and, you know, staying in the game and focus and mindset and all those sort of things that we'll hopefully share next year when we finish.
It's just, there's so much more to this trip, isn't there, than just what you are doing and trying to raise funds. It's all about the experiences and the lessons learned and helping others, and it's just amazing. Fundraising, that is going pretty well. You've had some really big donations recently, but what we want to bring to people's attention is, you know, if you look at the fundraising and check out, you know, how much is being raised, and you see that someone's donated £100, don't be scared. if all you can afford is £1, chuck in £1. It really doesn't matter, does it? It's just every little counts. So we'd like to encourage people just to donate what they have, you know, and if it's £1 or £2, price of a cup of coffee, then stick it in the jar, because it will make all the difference.
Oh, absolutely. You know, as you say, every penny, every pound counts, and we're just short of 22,000 now, which is amazing. Incredible support, and you know, hopefully as we go through the festive period, we can raise a few more funds. And you know, I'm open to ideas as well. If anyone's got any ideas, or they want to sponsor me to, I don't know, dress up as a Santa or do something silly and wacky, you know, throw it out there, and if we can raise some money from it, let's do it.
Yeah. Oh Lord, you've opened the floodgates now. The paddling world will always come up with some amazing ideas for you, Jordan.
At a price though.
Of course, they have to pay for it. There's no shame in that. Let's sell you off. Maybe we can have
please.
Sponsored haircut or something.
Yeah, exactly. Look at this. It's getting a bit out of control. I think it's the longest I've ever had it in my life.
Yeah, but I think it suits what you're doing at the moment. I mean, Cape Wrath, that just sounds like something out of a very dark Harry Potter movie to me. Cape Wrath, you know, as you say, what the fisherman said, it sounds really quite challenging, and you know that it really is quite challenging, isn't it? And you're only about, what, 50k from there at the moment?
Yeah, about 50, 60k max from Cape Wrath. It's obviously, it's the most northwesternly tip of mainland Great Britain. You know, it's sort of renowned for being a very tough headland, because ultimately it's exposed to the whole of the Atlantic Ocean. So it takes the full brunt of force, in theory. So it's a place where lots of fishermen, local sailors, as we've passed them, have told us about. And you know, since day one, you can't go around Cape Wrath in the winter. You know, it's impossible. I think we were in Campbelltown. One of the harbour masters, when we passed through, he said, you won't get round it, you know, and he was quite clear about it's impossible. So we'll see.
My name's Jordan.
Well, if we had £1 for every person who told us we couldn't paddle around Great Britain, you know, we'd have raised the money already. So we'll keep chipping away and see how we get on.
Yeah, no, you'll do it. You're taking every precaution safety-wise. That is obviously paramount. Now, I put a question out yesterday on Facebook and just said, if you know, I was going to chat to you today, and did anybody have any questions? So I'm going to ask those of you, if that's all right.
Yeah, please do.
So one question from, I meant to write this down. I think it was Martin Rendell. He asked, you have got your lovely board, which was donated by Sick Maui, and that has stood you in really good stead, hasn't it? We had a conversation about the board and, you know, what it was like. It was quite heavy, but I'm guessing now, for sure, that heaviness really stands it in good stead for keeping you, you know, safe on the water. What will you do with that beautiful board? Because that board has got a name, hasn't it? Is it Caroline?
Yeah, it is Caroline. Yeah. So
really lovely that you named it after Caroline. What have you had any thoughts about what you will do for your board? He suggested that you might auction it off at the end of the day, but that might not be your choice. I don't know. But do you have any plans for that board? Will you never be able to let it part from you, or will you want to see the back of it?
You know, I've not given it too much thought, but definitely if we can use it to raise some money, I'm always open to ideas. You know, if anyone wants to buy it, auction it, raffle it, if there's a way that somebody can use it so it can go and do some great things with the fundraising, always open to ideas and suggestions. So, you know, maybe at one of the SUP festivals in the summer we could raffle it or something, to, you know, or something like the WSA next seminar or something like that. I don't know, but you know, it'd be amazing to see it carry on its journey somewhere else, because it has. It's took some hits as well, that board. It's had a few little minor repairs here and there. It's had a lot of scrapes, but it's still serving me well. It's in one piece, and it's as you say, it's called Caroline after Marcus's wife from Southwest SUP, who sadly passed away. Yeah. But it's been very reliable. You know, I'm not paid or anything by SIC Maui or by Blackfish Paddles, but they have both served me very well, and I'm very happy and confident to say that they're excellent pieces of equipment and kit. As I say, I'm not paid by them, but I would only ever promote something that I believed in and that I've tested myself. And in both incredible. You know, I didn't know that much, and still don't know that much about stand-up paddleboarding. But as far as kit goes, there are 2 pieces of kit: the Blackfish paddle, the Viento, and the SIC Okeanos. They're 2 pieces of kit that you can definitely rely upon.
Yeah, well, I think the proof is in the pudding, isn't it? You've gone over 2,000 kilometres. You've almost gone further than anybody up that coast of, you know, it is incredible. So yes, testament to their amazing kit that, you know, it's still in one piece. And I think there'll be an awful lot of people who'd be very interested, because what I have found is if you achieve something on a board, people believe that that passes with the board.
Oh, really?
Yeah. People, you know, if
Amazing.
someone's been a world champion or something and that board comes up for sale, people think it's got some luck and it'll help them on their journey. So I think your board will definitely.
Well, that'd be lovely, if, you know, especially if we can. I think, you know, we've always said that records don't really matter, but if they can help raise funds, you know, if that board has got, you know, 3 or 4 Guinness World Records and a couple of world firsts attached to it, then maybe, you know, you're right, maybe it could do some more good in the world and raise some funds. That'd be amazing.
Absolutely.
But until then, keep paddling.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you've got an invitation to go and cut the ribbon at UK SUPfest, which is going to be a new event next year. They wanted it to be part of the GB SUP series, but we've got our series a little bit set in stone this year already, or for next year already. But a guy called Colin has put an awful lot of effort into that, and he said, please would Jordan come and open. Well, oh no, that's what it is. They are going to try and achieve the world record for the number of paddleboarders on the water at one time. I think it stands at something like 750 people in Russia. So he wants to break that. So he'd like you to come and set that off. So that's
it'd be an honour. It'd be an honour.
I think you're going to get a lot of that. You're going to turn into the Queen, my lovely. You're going to be going around with your scissors and cutting ribbons. And
I don't know about that, but if I can support a good cause, always happy to.
Yeah, and someone else asked, what have you got against Crocs? Why have you named that poor Croco?
He sat next to me, dude. He sat next to me editing his film here, and he's laughing.
Hey, Alfie. Hi.
Look at him. Look at him. He's got them on his feet as well.
Oh, no. You and me, Alfie, need to have a chat, my lovely.
The only people where it's acceptable to wear Crocs are NHS staff, because they do an incredible job, and they have done, obviously, but not people who are doing stand-up paddleboarding. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
No, I'm with you, mate. The only other people are 5-year-olds. That's all right, but certainly not young men who are trying to become, or are, awesome filmmakers and trying to get a name for themselves. You need to change your footwear, mate.
You've been told now by SUPjunkie.
Another question was, and I don't know whether you'll be able to help me here, is who do you think will win Strictly? Now, you may not watch this program, but millions and millions of people do. It's on at the moment.
It's got to be my mate JJ Chalmers.
Oh, so who? Can you tell me who that is, please? Because I'm not sure.
Yeah, so JJ is a former military colleague. He's a former Royal Marine. He got injured in Afghanistan about 8-9 years ago, and he's currently still in the competition. He wore his uniform actually about 2 weeks ago for. So JJ Chalmers to win. That's my vote.
Your prediction. Okay, the other person that I noticed who is in the competition as well is Bill Bailey, and he's a very keen paddleboarder. He's been paddleboarding for about 10 years, and
that's the board that I use actually.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the billboard. Yeah.
The billboard. Yeah. So that's the first board that I've purchased and the only one I've used, the billboard.
Yeah. Cool. So either of those, but your mate. Let's go for JJ. So that's your prediction. So let's hope that comes true. And one more question, which could test your very resolve, Jordan. And this is from our good friend Sam Rutt, who I don't think you've met yet, but you know you will. And I know you've got a great relationship with her already. Favourite pot noodle?
Gosh, it's got to be a chicken and mushroom. It's got to be a chicken and mushroom pot noodle.
Okay. There you go,
but Sam. maybe if I'm feeling quite resilient, I'll go for a Bombay Bad Boy, one of the hot ones. But a chicken and mushroom is the standard go-to.
Okay, I think Sam may be with you on that, but that's a great answer.
And you know what I would do? What I would do for a chicken and mushroom pot noodle now?
Oh gosh, let's get pot noodles sponsoring you guys.
And on the back of the lids of the pot noodles, they have like little sort of cheeky, sort of motivational sort of notes and quotes. I had one in sort of Northern Ireland or somewhere, and I noticed on the back they've got little sort of pick me up quotes, and so which was quite fun. I think I stuck one in my cabin.
Oh, that's brilliant. I didn't know that. I don't eat them much. I mean, I have had a pot noodle in my life, but yeah, I shall look out for that next time. But yeah, there you go, Sam. There's your answer. So, Jordan, happy paddling, mate. You are doing incredibly, incredibly well. I don't think people still realise all that you have to go to get yourself on the water and paddling. Not only is it weather related, it's whether you've got signal to get the weather alerts and to know, you know, which way is up, basically. Sickness, we've got COVID, which is a daily thing for you as well. You know, obviously we've, you know, a little bit less lockdown at the moment, but obviously that can change at any time. And that's a precarious situation for you, isn't it, going around the coast? And because of that, you can't go into port. I mean, there are so many variables here, which should have stopped you a long time ago, but here you are, still in the game. What are you up to? 123 days? What's the current standing?
Today we are on 130 days, 2,200 kilometres, just over.
And nearly 22,000 pounds in the bank.
Yeah, so and that's the most important thing, you know, amazing. And I think, you know, just to say a special thank you to everybody, whether it's the SUP community, the wider British public, anyone who's even just people who share the posts or like them, the videos that Alfie does and things, you know, everything that goes to making a difference. I appreciate that not everybody has got, you know, can donate in these challenging times, but even just sharing a post is amazing, and we're super grateful for anybody who can help in any way. It's all truly greatly appreciated.
And without you getting emotional on me, are you speaking to Evie every day? Do you speak to your daughter every day, or is that a weekly?
No, I don't speak to her every day. Obviously, we don't have a signal all the time, but certainly at least once, twice a week. Yeah, I was doing last night. We had a signal, and I was doing. She's been invited to go to be on the school's council and the head girl and all that sort of stuff. So I was playing the teacher, pretending to interview her last night.
That's awesome.
That was good fun.
Brilliant. Well, you very kindly gave me one of Evie and your books about the flags around the world, and I've just given it to my nephew-in-law. So was talking to him about it. I can't remember how old he is, but he's very appreciative of that book. So and I'm going to keep another one for Anthony and I, because I haven't got a clue about flag colours, and my geography is pretty rubbish. So Jordan, thank you very much again for joining me, and we will catch up with you hopefully before Christmas in John O'Groats. It would be lovely, you know, if you make it there for Christmas. I know that's your goal. And does Evie, I'm sure, is still behind you all the way? I mean, she seems pretty set that you've got.
Yeah. She follows the little blue tracker every night, thanks to our friends at Paddle Logger. She's always chasing, you know, see where I am. But yeah, hopefully we'll get to John O'Groats before Christmas. You know, hopefully quite a bit before Christmas. I'm a bit optimistic, but you know, things can change. And also a big shout out for Charlie Head as well, because he is in a very similar location to me. He is just on the other side of Cape Wrath and doing some amazing work for a mental health charity. So hopefully we might cross paths in the next 2 or 3 days, which would be great. You know, Charlie's doing some inspiring work and for a great cause as well. So it'd be great to say hello and maybe have a cup of tea on a beach somewhere off the top of Scotland. Yeah,
that would be brilliant. We're obviously supporting both of you, and we, you know, you're both on very different journeys, but doing the same thing, you know, essentially. And he's coming round, you know, one way, you're going the other. So hopefully you'll be not ships passing in the night. You'll meet up. You'll have you know, a socially distanced natter and, as you say, a cup of tea. And yes, if anybody doesn't know about Charlie, please check out Charlie Head. Charlie Heads Up. Charlie Head, just Google him. You can, like Jordan, follow his live tracker, and we wish him all the best as well. He's doing it quite unsupported, but obviously has got the full support of the people on the land, which is what you found, isn't it, when you were going around the south coast? You know, there's so
it's one thing I definitely miss, you know, because you you know, it's a lot more comfortable for me to go in to land each night, but also you get amazing support. And actually that's what adventure is all about for me. It's about people. It's about it's about going to these incredible places, but it's sort of immersing yourself in local culture, you know, whether that's at the other side of the world or it's here in different parts of Great Britain, the UK, because I'm always humbled by the complete kindness of strangers. You know, you arrive in these faraway villages and towns that you've often never even heard of, and people treat you like one of their own, especially in the coastal communities. I don't know what it is, but there's something special about people who live on the coast, I find. It's definitely on my bucket list to go and live by the sea again one day.
Yeah, mine too. I think it's the ocean. I think it's ocean people are, I don't know what it is about it either, but that's on my bucket list as well. Go and live by the ocean, just waking up and looking out and seeing that.
Yeah, brilliant.
You know, it's great. So, Jordan, I could talk to you all day. You know that. We could be sat here, you know, but this is an interview and it's got to go out to people and they've got to be able to have the time to watch it. So thank you once again for your time. Obviously, we can find time with you when you're not paddling, so I want you to be paddling more. Good luck around Cape Wrath. And yeah, say hi to Charlie from SUPjunkie, because I haven't met him yet and not had any communication, but I will do soon. So please give him our regards. And
absolutely.
Love to Max and Alfie, and just keep doing what you're doing. Stay strong mentally, and just you are incredible. So
thank you so much, Sarah, and everyone at SUPjunkie for your kind support. And yeah, be the difference that makes a difference.
Yeah,
cheers, everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Jordan.
Take care. Bye bye.